Hi guys, welcome to another elite training tip, and today we're going to be working on the knuckleball. So what the knuckleball is when you strike the ball and it has no spin at all or just very little spin. And what happens is when the ball travels through the air, because it's got no spin at all, the aerodynamics kind of react off the smooth surface of the ball and it makes it kind of wobble in the air, and it kind of does all sorts of things. It's very unpredictable. Just a disclaimer before we get into the biomechanics of it, I guess, is everybody's style is a little bit different, and you can see this even in the professional players. There's no correct way to run up to the ball and things like that, and everybody's knuckleball is going to look a little bit different in the way they approach the kick. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be effective, so I'm just going to show you the way I do it, but I just want to let you guys know that you guys might have a different style and a more comfortable way of running up to the ball or striking the ball or something. But the main point is that you get that knuckle. From my experience, when I'm hitting knuckleballs, I usually find there's 3 different ways it can go. If you hit it real pure with no spin whatsoever, usually I find the ball has a major dip. It kind of goes up in the air for a second and then just drops. And the second way I usually find the free kicks go, the knuckleball, is sometimes it does kind of a loop effect. So it's kind of goes up into the air and it goes to the right hand side or left hand side, then it comes back down to the other side, and it's kind of like a loop effect. And here's an example of that. Probably the most unpredictable way for the keeper is when the ball's got a little bit of spin, but very little. It's just a little rotation of the ball. It's not like this kind of spin, it's more like a slow rotating kick in the air. But you usually find when that happens you get kind of like this fishtail effect. Okay, let's get right into it then and check out the biomechanics. So we'll start with the run-up. So what I first do is obviously preparing the shot. So I flick it out in front of me at probably a 45-degree angle. Just that prepares the shot nicely, kind of like this. Pretty much exactly what I would do. I would just flick it out about 45 degrees, and this would be kind of the same run-up you would have if you were taking a free kick, but the ball will be rolling slightly if you're taking a moving ball. So as you can maybe see there, it's kind of like a trot, and you'll notice that my last step with my shooting foot, right before I plant my non-kicking foot, I kind of go right up onto my tiptoes. I'm going to talk about the part of the foot you should be striking the ball with, and that's this part of the foot right here. You see right here, it's very high up on the foot, right there. And you can actually even feel this with your hands. You just feel around your foot. It's quite softer towards the toes, and as you get further up the foot it gets harder and harder, and that's because the bones become more dense the higher up your foot you go. So when you hit it right at the top here, it's pretty much the densest part of the foot. It's the hardest part of your foot. So when it makes contact with the ball, you get more of a cleaner strike, and there's more chance that the ball is going to come off your foot straight. So just to talk a little bit more about body posture when striking the ball. I'll pause the video in a second after I've struck a ball, and you can see how my body looks when I'm striking the ball. And the thing I want you to pay attention to is my chest. My chest is going to be slightly over the ball. It's not completely over, you're not trying to get it super low, but you also want to be over it enough so that you're not skying it into the stands. So now let's talk about the follow through, and I think this is probably one of the most important things about the technique, is the follow through. So after you strike the ball, when you typically take a shot and you're trying to get maximum power, your follow through is pretty big, usually. You want to get that maximum pendulum effect, so you're swinging your foot right from the back all the way through to the front. But it's kind of not like that with a knuckleball. With a knuckleball you want to be stopping your follow through pretty short, in fact. It's going to kind of look like this. When you come up to strike the ball, after you strike the ball, you're coming across your body, but you're kind of stopping it right around here. If you watch Ronaldo, how he takes it, he stops his follow through very short. And that's because the follow through is usually what creates that spin. When you're taking a curling ball, when you have a nice big follow through, you're kind of cutting across the ball and getting that spin effect which gives it the curl. But we're not looking for any spin whatsoever, so we're trying to cut out the follow through as much as possible. So it's almost like we're punching the ball. We're not slicing the ball, we're kind of jabbing it so it comes straight off the foot. So you stop that follow through as quick as possible. And usually I end up, after I've kicked the ball, I come off the ground and I usually land back on my shooting foot. So it kind of looks like this. Alright guys, so I think I've given you all the pointers that I know. If I've forgotten anything, definitely leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give me one of these. If you didn't, give me one of these and let me know what I can do to improve on next time. But the final point is just to piece all those steps together and you should be hitting perfect knuckleballs in no time. Good luck guys.